Craig Bellamy, welcome home and
Thank you.
Huge congratulations on being named the new manager of Wales. And it's been described as the job that you've always wanted, and now that it's yours, how does it feel?
It's been hard to take in. Even the amount of messages, the importance. I've always understood it, of course, because I would be texting someone straight away if it was someone else. But when it's you, it's the scale of it actually is. It's not just been impressive. It's been it surprised me, and I don't know why it shouldn't have, because it's so important to us. But yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. I really am. It's I'm grateful for it as well.
Football, obviously, it never stands still. It's probably been a whirlwind over 72 hours. You know, you were preparing for pre-season with Burnley, and now all of a sudden you're looking ahead to a Nations League campaign, leading your country. What have the last 72 hours been like? What's the main emotion been?
I feel like I'm getting more excited as it goes along. And I'm not saying I wasn't, because leaving Burnley was actually quite hard. Going in, speaking to people, speaking to the players as well, and letting them know the decision I've made, and that was difficult. I've sometimes as football you don't get that luxury as well. You've just left, but to get that opportunity and it was quite rare for me, but it was quite emotional as well. So driving back down to Wales, because obviously with everything going on here and accepting the role, just give me time to reflect. But since I've been in, since I've gone to the FAW and spent more time with Dave as well, I just can't wait to get started. Now I know we don't have a game next week, so trying to calm myself down for that has been a different challenge. But I got to be honest, it's very difficult for me to put in words how happy I am with this, and also, I probably didn't realise how important it was to me, but also how important it is to people around me as well. Like, we're all just, it's been beyond words.
Have you had...
I think, as you could tell.
No, I can tell. Have you had, 2 minutes to yourself to just breathe and take it all in?
Not yet, honestly.
After this, maybe?
Yeah, not yet. I haven't had that moment. So many people have messaged me, and I haven't been able to get back to hardly anyone. So tomorrow I'm probably gonna have the morning off and just try and breathe. I'll get bored then within seconds, so I'll probably be back doing something. But as much as and I'm not trying to downplay anything or try and sometimes we're good at don't want to show our emotions right now because I've got to worry about the next game or worry about the next. I'm definitely going to take time out to just realise what's just happened. And breathe as well, and cherish this moment as well, because like I said, I didn't realise how important it was to me, but now I do, and I'm actually I'm blown away by it.
We'll get down to business. Looking ahead at the next couple of months, Craig, how do you assess the task that's ahead of you?
Exciting. I really do. I like the team. I like the players. I like the structure that's been put in place. I want to improve it. I want to improve the players. I want to improve the structure. I want everything that's been good, I want to make better. I want to make myself better. And I just feel that's what I'm really excited about. The game's great, Turkey. I want them to do really well, even better. I want them to get to the semis or final, because I want that type of team as a first game. So that's a lot of focus. Montenegro, a lot of focus as well. So I'm really looking forward to this Nations League as well. But also the first day of training, the first meeting, your first messages. Really looking forward to that as well. So there's a lot to be done. I'm going to go and speak to a lot of players as well. I'm going to go and talk to a lot of people who've been in a role before and look for advice, and also been in different roles. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
You've mentioned the word excited quite a few times now, and how much this current crop of players, how much they excite you. I know obviously it's very, very early days, but what are the specific areas that, you know, you've seen from watching Wales over the past couple of years? What areas are you looking to tackle? What areas are you looking to have an impact on and improve?
Like, it will be general. I don't want to pinpoint any certain areas. I'm pretty sure that'll be reasonably clear very soon when you see the games. But for me, it's my message really of, like I said, my beliefs, and it's really about hard work. You know, when you come into the camp, you're working hard. Now, it might not be always out onto the football pitch. It's when we're having the meetings, you're listening, you're being able to take information, because there's going to be a lot of information being given. So being able to, you know, you're going to have to work that. It's going to be long as well at times because we don't have that time. So that's a good thing for me, is how do I get a 10-day period and how do I make the most of that 10 days that it gets me closer to the next stage of when I'm going. So really, by the time the players come, they already know so many different shapes to be able to go into, so many different tactics that they can memorise, and if something happens in the game, they can react. It doesn't take a half, it doesn't take 70 odd minutes, because we haven't got that time, and against good teams, if you don't adjust quick, it could be over for you. And the other side is the respect of the place as well. Respect the environment you're in, respect for the people who work day in, day out for you to have this environment. How you show respect for your, like, not just for yourselves but for your fellow players. They're all huge, and you know the shirt's hugely important. It's an honour, and that's for any national team as well. Where are you going to leave that shirt? So the next person who comes in, are you going to leave it in a better position than when you found it? So you're handing it down. That's hugely important for me. And I've got to be honest, it's humility, being humble. It's that's key. That's key. You have to be humble. You have to take time out. If you're asked, I don't want to hear any moaning. It's a privilege, like you hear me say a lot, but you do it with humility as well. You're representing something that's, you know, it's beyond, and that's like I always, not just because I'm Welsh and I'm obviously in this incredible position. I'm talking about for anyone who represents their national team. You have to have a level of humility, and you have to be very humble to be able to do it, because the honour and the torch you're carrying affects millions and millions of people worldwide. Worldwide, national-wide. But it's huge, and it has to. They're three key principles for me on it.
What do you think will be the biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge? I don't, and that's not arrogance. Far from it. I love challenges, and I hope, like, I'm no problem if one does arise. But I like what's happened during the last number of years. It's give a good base. Do you understand what I mean? It's got a certain level. The foundations are there. Maybe they've just dropped a little touch at times, which is normal. That can happen. But with the foundations and what everyone's worked hard to put the structure in place, because certainly from my time, I seen it change once, and I seen the gap and what happened, because that allows players then to play to their full potential, and that's what we're about. That's what the whole environment of being involved with Wales is to give the players and the squad the opportunity to be the best they can be. And if they're able to do that, then we have a better chance of qualifying for major tournaments, but also having an impact in major tournaments. So for me, the challenge is really how can we improve even more? How can we get better?
We're all familiar with Craig Bellamy, the player.
Yes. I do not watch that player back. I've stopped watching him for
Don't worry, we won't open that door. But Craig Bellamy, the manager, what can we expect?
I don't want to go into too much of the football detail, because it's got to be shown. We can talk it, everyone can talk. But for me, I know people would see me as the player of emotion, and I'm very calm, really calm. I'm not paid to be emotional, you know, especially on the side. I have to be calm, because it's not for me to be involved in referees. The players need me to be able to give the right and correct information at that time. If I'm involved in anything else and getting distracted by it, I won't be any good to them. So that maybe might surprise one or two. I think it surprised a lot, even being an assistant, how calm I was. But yeah, for me, it's just allowing people to show the best versions of themselves, and me as well. And in order to do that, I have to show the best version of myself as well.
You've touched briefly on what you expect from your players, but what do you expect from yourself in this role?
Honesty, like it's key for me. Hard work, like I have to, like, because it's allowed me, like, life's not perfect, and it isn't. It's just the reality. You know, good things happen to bad people, and fortunately the other way around as well, where it's, you know, it's just life. That's how it is. But for me to be able to make sense of a lot of stuff, it's work hard, keep working, because no matter where it is, it will change. It will change. Now, there's been loads of times over a number of years I didn't think I'd be in this position, but it wasn't the fact I kept believing, I kept working hard. And I always felt something will change, something will turn. Might not be the position I want to be in at this present moment, but if I keep working, I keep believing, then something will change for me. And the last few years, you know, I'm sure there's going to be more down times. Of course, I understand that's life. But by hard work, I believe something will turn good. And I believe now it has. And if there's any moment that any games or we haven't quite got the results, but we work harder again, it changes. It changes. So that's me really in everything, really.
You've worked under countless amounts of highly influential managers. I won't name them all because we'll be sat here all day.
No, and you'll forget a few as well.
But I wanted to ask you about specifically to Mark Hughes and Gary Speed, and your following in their footsteps, where their first foray into first team management was with Wales. How does that make you feel?
The Mark Hughes situation as well was because obviously I was playing at that time, but I was playing with Mark, so to watch his transition, which was brilliant, which was really good. He done such a good job for us, but also he helped that level of professionalism step up again. Then obviously developed his own coaching skills, and you know, was able to go on then and manage in the Premier League. Gary, from a player, because I played with him obviously not just international level but club football, but to watch his ideas and to watch how he was able to see what he's seen as a player, but also transfer that into being a coach, and the level of detail, but also how clear he was with information was important, because sometimes us as players, we can still talk like we're talking out on the pitch. That's not, you have to be clear with your information. And watch how he was able to command meetings, and his detail was very clear. And it was the first time it ever really got me, do you know what, maybe I'd like being a coach, or maybe I'd like to do this. And it was, I don't know, and I probably that, even with this, played on me the most. I spoke to his mum yesterday, so I think I don't want to go too much into it, but it's really important for me.
When you look back at your journey and everything that's brought you here, what's the main emotion?
I look at my journey, it's just been mad. Mad.
That's a hell of a way to put it.
Probably not a way an international manager should be putting it. I said I'd try and be as honest as I can. I've loved every second. I've loved it. And I've just, to get to this stage now where I am, it's the perfect time. It's the perfect time. But I've worked really hard to do it. This has not been given to me, nor would I have wanted it given to me. It wasn't given to me as a player. I had to work really hard to become a professional footballer, against a lot of people who said I wouldn't be able to do it. That's normal. That happens to most people, or certainly a lot of players would have come through those type of situations. But that's where the character comes in. And to be here now as a coach, then a manager, it's been hard work again. I'm grateful. I'm grateful as well, not just honoured, but I'm grateful for the opportunity I've been given already, you know, not just from Vincent Company as well, but also from Dave Adams, from Noel, even to Alan as well at Burnley. You know, these people have really stuck by me, and I'm grateful for that, because I'm hoping they see what I see.
Final two questions. Quickly, a message for the fans. Obviously, the relationship between this team, the fans, the Red Wall, it's very unique. It's very precious. What is your message to the fans? Craig?
Keep that going. We need it. We need it more than ever, because the next two qualifiers, they can be the most incredible ride. You know, the chance to go to America, Canada, Mexico, could be just. I'm sure you'd like to go there, yeah?
Yeah, I'd love a trip, please, Craig. Yeah. We all would.
Exactly that, and then the Home Nations one. The next 4 years can be incredible, but we can't do it without them. We won't be able to do it without them. They've been a huge reason why we've been able to qualify for the last two major tournaments, and we need them again to be able to do it. Now, remember, it's not always going to go well. Certain periods, certain games, that's when you need to be even louder. That's when you need to show what you've been doing and bring it to the forefront even more. If we're able to do that, then we'll be able to do something.
The next time we speak, it will be before that first game against Turkey. You know, you've mentioned them. They've had a brilliant campaign in the Euros. They had that breathless quarter-final against the Netherlands, so it's going to be a brilliant first test.
Yeah.
But when you're stood in that dugout, you've got the national anthem playing. How excited are you for that moment? Do
you know, I'm one of those, like, I try not to, you know, even you see my interviews here, they're not planned. I don't plan in, I try not to look too far ahead. I try and take it one step. And I'm going to definitely have to do that with this one. But I'm sure that moment when it happens, you'll probably see the emotion, and then it'll hit me again. It'll hit me again, I'm sure it will. So I don't want to say too much just in case. But I know it's going to be, you know, incredible moment. And it's also what I'm quite grateful, and the people around me, how much has affected them. So I'm grateful for it.
Craig, diolch yn fawr for your time and best of luck.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.